This is how I make 3 days worth of matcha in 30 seconds. Why do this? This unconventional technique has helped me save a lot of time in the mornings, especially when I'm really busy and I don't have time to make matcha. It's a technique that's also used by some cafes, especially when they're really busy. So if you're like me and you want to save time making matcha in the mornings, watch the rest of this video. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a matcha concentrate that's enough for 3 matcha lattes. If you drink more than that in 3 days, you can feel free to vary it as you require. First, grab the bottle that you want to make your cold brew matcha in. I'm using a bottle that's about 250 milliliters or about 8 fluid ounces. Because we're making cold brew matcha, the water that we add doesn't need to be too hot. So you want to add water that's about 55 degrees Celsius or about 130 degrees Fahrenheit. So now that I've added my water, I'm going to add in about 9 grams of matcha. From here, you can either close the cap and shake the bottle, but you might end up with quite a few clumps, so we don't recommend it. Instead, if you have an electric frother, we recommend using the electric frother to whisk the matcha here. I'm going to whisk the matcha right now. You want to whisk until you see a nice frothy layer like this. And also, no clumps are seen. Now that we're done, you want to keep this in the fridge, and when you want, you can take it out and drink it in different ways. For example, you can make a matcha latte with it, or you can drink it on its own by diluting it with some water. So now I'm going to demonstrate how I usually use this matcha concentrate. And I usually make a matcha latte, but if you want to make a matcha lemonade or a matcha tonic or any other recipe you have in mind, you can also use the same concentrate to do that. So I'll be adding in the milk. I'm adding about 100 milliliters or about 3 ounces of milk. Today I'm using oat milk. And then I add the matcha. I'm adding about 60 milliliters or about 2 ounces of matcha. Is it fine if all the matcha settles to the bottom? You'll see this when you open the fridge the next day. And the answer is yes, it's totally fine. Just make sure that you give the bottle a good shake before using it. You might be wondering, why not mix it in with milk and then store it in the fridge? Well, the answer is you can, but it's a matter of personal preference. So for us, we prefer making it this way so that we can make different matcha drinks as we like. Will it still be fresh after 3 days? The answer is yes, but we don't recommend you pushing it longer than 2 to 3 days. Lastly, if you notice a slight color change, that's totally fine because after you mix in matcha with water, the color might change over 2 to 3 days. But that's okay, the taste shouldn't change by much. Alright, so now you know how to make 3 days worth of matcha in 30 seconds. Try it out and let us know what you think. I'll see you in the next one.